Okay, so what's up? It's me, Sam, aka Just welcome back to another video. And we're back here in the Chicago White Sox franchise mode, and we're reaching September, and we had an unfortunate outcome. So, Colson Montgomery was put on the injured list right as I was getting to this point with a broken shin. He's gonna miss a month or two. So not a good start. So we are here in September. We are third in the division. We are third in the division. We are 2.5 games outside of a wild card. So we're not out of it. 73 and 66, and we are at September. So now we have some roster decisions to make. So just do a little performance. How everyone's doing. Murakami's doing fine. So the lineup is doing pretty good for the most part. It's doing pretty good for the most part. I mean, everyone in their own way is contributing. Kyle Teal, I guess he fell off a little bit, but still hasn't been that bad. Munetaka Murakami still playing at a really high level. George Springer, 23 homers. Garrett Mitchell's been a natural in right field. Wait, did he change his number? Oh yeah, he did, because Jake Myers took his number. Let's see how the rotation's doing. It's Tyler Mahle, okay, Hagen Smith, pretty good. Shane Smith, David Peterson, Sean Berg. So I've decided something. So it's September. So you know what we're doing? We're going to be doing a lot of roster reshuffling. This time around. So we are going to be switching this whole thing around. We're going to remove a few people from the 40-man roster. And you know what it means? We are going to see the debut of Broderick Jensen to the show. He is going to get called up. I think Jordan Leisure is going down. Mike Vasil is going up. We got one roster spot, and you know what that means too? Nolan Jones is gonna go down. We're gonna go past him through waivers. Oh, we didn't need to. And Braden Montgomery is gonna be making his big league debut. And we're gonna call and we're also gonna be calling up who was it we were gonna call up as well? We're gonna give William Bergolia a chance. Oh well, we can't because we have to add him to the 40-man roster. Is there just anyone randomly that we can just DFA that I don't want? I think we'll just remove Derek Hill from the 40-man roster, and we're gonna call up William Bergolia too. So there we go. We're gonna change his number. I don't think 90 is a good look for him. We're gonna give him number 2. Or whatever number it gives him. So what I think we're going to do now is rotation. Burke is going to go to long relief, and Broderick Jensen is going to take that rotation spot. He's going to take that rotation spot, and then lineup-wise, when it's against righties, we're going to put, there you go, I like this. We're going to put Montgomery. We're going to put Montgomery in against lefties. I do like this lineup a lot. So, and honestly, you know what? Well, let's see how the lineup is against lefties. So lefties, everything is fine, but I think we're going to do the same thing, but I think we're going to do this here where Braden Montgomery is going to go there. I don't get why it wants to DH Springer, though. I don't know. So we are going to play this first game, the debut of Broderick Jensen. We are going to play the debut of Broderick Jensen. We're here at Wright Field in the September game, and we are here for a big moment, a monumental moment. Debut of some of the new White Sox flamethrowers. Broderick Jensen making his major league debut here here against the Rays, facing Jason Dominguez, and he's gonna take that slider for a ball. Take that slider for a ball. They drafted him in the first round of the 2026 draft, and that's gonna be hit to Acuna for the first out to Murakami, and Broderick Jensen gets his first out. Facing Jonathan Aranda now. Forward pitch arsenal here for Broderick Jensen. Four-seam fastball, changed up slider and a splitter. The White Sox felt that he was finally deserving of the opportunity, and he gets Aranda right there. There was an opening in the rotation. We spoke to White Sox management. They weren't going to call him up until he had an opportunity, and that's going to be two, and that's going to drop for a base hit. I think drop for a base hit. I don't know why Jake Myers just stood there and gives up his first hit to Kerry Carpenter, the new power hitter on this Rays team, looking to make a playoff push of their own, and he fouls that one away on the splitter. Yeah, I wasn't calling him up, and that's gonna be double play. Jensen gets out of his first inning. All right, facing Junior Caminero now. 7 pitches for Jensen's all it took in that first inning. Swing and a miss. And that's going to be a ground foul by Caminero. Caminero, obviously we know one of the best third basemen in the game of baseball today. See how the rookie can handle it, and that's fouled. I almost thought that there was a lot of damage there. I almost thought that there was a chance that was going to be gone. And that one's fouled away on the splitter. Give him a fastball right there. And that's gone. Caminero, that's gone. I knew it. I knew right as the pitch was thrown. Now it's gone. Oh well. Gets the splitter. 97 career homers for Tyler Stevenson. We'll see how Jensen can rebound after that. Just one mistake. Pitchers give up homers. It happens all the time. Stevenson was acquired at the trade deadline. And that's up. And Montgomery is under it for the second out. For the first out of the inning. You have to get a strikeout. It's Jensen. That's fouled. Fiducio was acquired. For the first, and that's to Bohm. Bohm to Murakami for the second out of the inning. And Jensen hit right to Acuna. But he's safe because of that speed. Infield single. That was a great glove by Acuna, but Simpson just has a lot of speed. Wasn't getting him. Carson Williams takes a strike right there. They've almost batted her. And that's up. And gone. Ah. Not a good start for Broderick Jensen. Not a good start for Broderick Jensen. And that's up, and that's going to get him out of the inning. That's going to get him out of the inning. All right, back here for the third inning and work. Back here for third inning and work goes Jensen. Down 3. And that's going to get right past Montgomery. I decided to switch to just, there's only just in the sense that, something big happens. Jensen. Jensen now getting shelled. 23 pitches. Fouled away by Aranda. 6 runs in his last 10 games for Aranda. And that's going to be fouled away on the slider. And that's going to be a base hit. Not a good start. Not a good start for Broderick Jensen. Not a good start at all. Getting shelled in his major league debut. And that's going to be caught by Myers for the first out of the inning. Strike 2 to Caminero. And fouls that one away. That one's fouled. Just not a good showing for Jensen today. And that's fouled away. Making him work. Fouled away. Caminero doesn't give up in many at-bats. Here, we're going to give him one. We're going to give him one up here. Hope he swings at it. And that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. And it's going to be a mound visit. Wait a minute. No. Sean Burke. We're just going to have Burke warmed up. Just going to get Burke warmed up. We're going to miss. And they're going to say he balked, and so that ends the double play scenario. And that's going to be popped up. Murakami's under it. And just in case, because you never know. You never know. Fiducia the DH now. Fouls out and away on the splitter. Need to give him a fastball. Gave him a fastball. 91. Fouled that one away now. It gets him looking, and Jensen finally gets out of that inning. So now it's the first at bat for Braden Montgomery. This is the main reason why I wanted to do this. Braden Montgomery sends that one deep, and it is going. His first major league hit is a home run. Welcome to the big leagues, Braden Montgomery. Making a name early, it took one pitch off the bat. To make it a 4-1 ball game. Yeah, I didn't know if that was getting out or not. That was hooking. It looked like it was going to go foul, but it stays barely inside the park. And you can see Braden Montgomery, he's wondering why his teammates aren't up. You're giving him the old rookie cold shoulder. And there you go. Now they're celebrating with his team. There you go. Chase Meidroth, who has had a phenomenal season, especially against left-handed hitters. That's why he's in the leadoff spot. And Meidroth is going to hit that one. That's going to be extra bases. Almost gets stuck in the wall. It's going to be in there. Ooh, but that was a very close play. Chandler Simpson does have a great arm in the outfield. Garrett Mitchell has been playing better since they moved him to right field aside from center. And he hits that one. That's just going to be popped up. It's carrying, though. And Meidroth is going to tag up the third. And here's a play. Not in time. So, Murataka Murakami, he walked in his first at-bat. Started the year off slow, but has since refound his footing. 32 homers for the... And that's going to be an RBI single for Murakami. I need to get him extended long-term as soon as possible. Alec Boehm, who, like Murakami, started off slower, but lately has found his footing. Takes out off the end of the bat, and that's going the distance, and it's going to be caught for the second out. I thought that low-key had a chance to get out of the park. Chick Myers, the big trade deadline acquisition for the team at the deadline. Takes that one down, and that's going to drop. That's dropping. I don't necessarily think it's going to score Murakami. We're going to try anyway. He's going to be safe. He's going to be safe, and this game's within one for this electric White Sox offense. Edgar Caro now. Sends that one. And that's gonna be caught down. And here comes the play. Caro's gonna be in there at second. Helmet comes off. He's gonna be in there at second. This is a tie ball game on the RBI double. This is what the White Sox team is good at. This is what the White Sox team is good at. And that's just gonna be caught by Caminero. But the White Sox rally for 4 runs. So Broderick Jensen now coming back with a tie game. Facing Chandler Simpson. And Mitchell's going to get there in time to get the out. He gets Carson Williams again on the splitter. Williams is 9 for 29 in his last 8 games, which is enough for a 310 average, but he swings and misses right there. This is just a comebacker to the picture to Murakami for a second out. This is one of those games where you're not going to want to think about it as a starter, but you're going to remember it. But you're going to remember it because you did get to make your debut in front of your family, even though it wasn't a good outing. And Mitchell's going to get there for the third out. I almost said the fourth out. So we're here at the top of the 9th now. Jensen didn't really allow much more, but we're here top of the 9th. Takes a ball to Braden Taylor. Grant Taylor out of the bullpen. Been one of the more lethal White Sox weapons to Acuna. Acuna gets the out. Yeah, Taylor has been one of our lethal arms out of the bullpen this year. He's emerging as one of that. And they're going to say that's a strike. Rays must not have a challenge left because I might have challenged that if I were them. Tough play for Acuna. Again, and Acuna is going to get, and that's just going to get over his head. That's just going to get over his head. Perro's going to quickly throw to, and they're going to score that as a base hit. That was just a tough play, and Acuna just let it fly. And Aranda's going to challenge that. I think that's going to be close. And that call's overturned. It looks like a strike barely from over here, but oh well. Same pitch and he swings at it. Taylor might be our closer now. I know Derek Fritz was, but Fritz. And gets him swinging. For 2 outs, 2-way now for Kerry Carpenter. He has some power, so you gotta be careful how you're gonna pitch to him. And they're gonna say he checked his swing. Thought about intentionally walking Carpenter. Oh, what pitch do you want to go here? Slider. Off the plate, 1-2 count. It gets him looking, and the White Sox win. The White Sox take the victory. Thanks to Jake Myers. All right. Well, Broderick Jensen gets his first major league win. He gives up 4 runs, 4 runs, 6 hits, goes 5 innings though. So, hey, it's about putting faith. It's about putting faith in those. It's about putting faith in those young guys. It's about putting faith in those young guys. Angels claim Wilkerman Gonzalez. Okay. So now let's just see. We simulate a bit. Let's just see how we're faring. Okay, so we're still third, but we're catching up on the Twins. We're 2 games back of the Twins, but this is going to be a tough race. Going to go on a nice little winning streak. Hagen Smith is going to be out for a bit, but not too long. Okay, we're 1872. Before we do anything else, I want to see how we're doing league-wise. So batting average. So we're 7th in batting average. Chase Myers, Alec Bohm. Okay. At bats, we're top 8. Okay. All right. We're 2nd in runs, so we score a lot of runs. Murakami has 99 runs. Teal. Hits. Top 8 in hits. Ball, top 8 in hit. Mydrath has 165. Nice to see. We love to see it. Doubles. For doubles, we are tied for 5th. Triples. I would say we're probably down here. I don't think we get a lot of triples. 21st. Jahmai Jones has 6. Home runs. We're 8th in home runs. Murakami is 33. Montgomery 31. Springer 24. Second, we're second with RBIs. Springer leads us in RBIs. Then Murakami and Montgomery. Stolen bases. I would say I try to steal more bases. Caught stealing. 17. I've only been caught that many times. Stolen base percentage, probably not that high. Walks. We lead the league in walks. Murakami's been walked 85 times. I wonder how many of those have been intentional. Strikeouts. 7th in strikeouts, so we don't strike out a whole lot. Have a lot of competitive at-bats. We don't strike out a lot. Chase Mydrath has struck out the least on the team with 57 strikeouts. Slugging percentage. Top 8. On base percentage, we're 2nd. So we get on base a lot. We love that. Total bases. 7th. We're 3rd in plate appearances. So offensively, we've been a pretty good unit. We don't ground into very many double plays either. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, we've ground into a lot of double plays. Whoops. I read that wrong. Assists. So this is just defense. So we are top 8 in assists. Okay. Putouts. Okay, so we're 11. Errors. How many errors we got? Ooh. Oh, this is who's committed the least errors. So we're top 6 in least errors allowed. Fielding percentage. We're a very good defensive team. ERA. I think this is where it's going to come back and bite us in the butt. Goodness. So we are 22nd in ERA. Yikes. Complete games. I don't think we've pitched a complete game. Maybe we've had one. Yeah, we've had none. Shutouts. 6 shutouts. Okay. Saves. Where are we in saves? We are tied for 20th in saves. Blown saves. 19 blown saves. Which is still top 10 least. National. Wow. I should just blown away saves. Wow. Hits allowed. Okay, so we're bottom 5. We've allowed a good number of hits. Mainly Shane Smith. Runs allowed. Let me guess, we're probably we're top 10 in runs allowed. Earned runs. So definitely our pitching. So our pitching is definitely the struggle. Strikeouts. Okay, so we're 16 in strikeouts, win percentage. So it looks like we're a very good offensive team. It's defense where we're we're a good offensive and defensive team. It's just the pitching where we're just kind of struggling. Hagen Smith isn't hurt anymore, so we're just gonna simulate the rest of the season. Oh, nice. Okay, so we got a winning season. Knights have been eliminated by the Cubs. So I'm not gonna play the playoffs if we make it today. Tyler Miley's gonna be out for a few days. It's the last game of the regular season. I just want to see if this is like a win and in situation. Oh, we've already clinched the wild card game. So we're honestly just gonna this game we're just gonna play for the giggles. We're gonna use their Braden Montgomery again. Why not? We're at Comerica Park. Last game of the season. Chase Mydrath is gonna be the featurette. Last game of the season. White Sox at the Tigers. The White Sox have already pretty much made the playoffs. We are a wild card team. Braden Montgomery hasn't had a great start. It's already 4-0, and that's probably gonna make it 5-0. Yeah, that's just gonna be a double. And Montgomery, no, he's going 3. Montgomery is gonna go 3, and he's gonna be. Ow! I thought it had a chance. Okay, Hagen Smith pitching today. Bottom of the third. Trying to dive for it, but didn't wind up diving. So Brandon Montgomery now back at the plate. 1-for-1. Doubled in his first at bat. And that's just going to be a base hit. Luis Angel Acuna. Rashad taking over as the starting shortstop with Montgomery out and with Colson Montgomery out. And he's going to be safe. Stolen base. Stolen base for Montgomery. He's just towering over Max Anderson right there. Kyle Teal up to bat now. One of the best catchers in the league today. He hits that one deep. And caught. Montgomery knew it. Okay, Brady Montgomery now switching to the right side. He's a switch hitter. Top of the 6th. It's still 4-0 Tigers or White Sox. A 3-for-3 game for Montgomery. I just gotta know who's gonna be. I just want to know who's gonna be the odd guy out in the. I don't know who's going to be the odd guy out in the outfield next season because I'm not trading Montgomery. Montgomery is here for the long haul. Montgomery is here for the long haul. Braden Montgomery and Colson. Bases are loaded. Uh-oh. Oh, this Chase Mydroth. I thought it was Murakami, and I was about to be like, uh-oh. I thought it was about to be Murakami, and I was about to be like, uh-oh. Murakami 1 for 2 today. Sends that one deep, and it's gonna be caught. A lot of warning track power for these guys. Montgomery switches sides again for Bo Brisky. Switches to the left. Finds a gap down the middle, and that's going to be an RBI for Montgomery. Montgomery rocks the stirrups. Look, you don't see the stirrups very much anymore in today's game. And then next year, I got to find a spot for Billy Carlson, too. Braden Montgomery. Top the 9th, 2 on, 1 out. And he sends that one deep, but it's not going to be deep enough, and it's just going to be caught. Finally retired in this game is Montgomery. Three-two for Piams. Closeout would be 87 and 75 for the White Sox. And that's up, and it's going to be a base hit. It's going to be a base hit. Runners at the corners. Just going to enter because why not? Again. Max Anderson, 2 for 3. And that's going to be a ground, and that's going to be to Midra. The gets to out barely, the White Sox take the win on the last game of the regular season. And they, like we said, are postseason bound. For the first time since 2021, the Chicago White Sox are heading to the postseason with a chance to win the American League pennant. Who would they play, though, is the question. They would play, let's see. So they'd be the 6th seed. They would be the 6th seed, so they're going to play the Yankees. So they're going to play the Yankees then. It'll be Orioles and the White Sox. It'll be the Orioles and the Red Sox. Okay. Well. General manager goals. Well, we reached the postseason and we finished 500. Hagen Smith, White ends. So let's see how everyone's going to end their season before we end the video here. So Kyle Teal doesn't have a lot of energy, but so a really phenomenal season. Made the All-Star game. Mydroth with a career year. 330 average. 908 on base percentage. She's going to be here next year. Munetaka Murakami, 33 homers. We're probably going to give him a contract extension because he's saying the arbitration. But I want to buy those I want to buy the RBers out and give him a long extension. 853 on base percentage. George Springer had a good year for us just as a power hitter, which is what we need him to do. Shake Myers, since being acquired here, has been really good. Went up 4 overall. Started as a 76 overall with the Astros. Garrett Mitchell put together a really solid season, primarily playing right field, but still put together a really phenomenal season. Alec Bohm turned things around. I mean, you look at 2025, things didn't go red hot. He wasn't terrible last year. He had more opportunities though this year. He played 150 games, 19 homers, 80 RBIs. We love to see that. Braden Montgomery, stats don't look great, but it's only his rookie year. He'll be fine. Luis Angel Acuna wound up being better in the stretch after a really down year last season. Jahmai Jones, though, was like the comeback of the century. Gonna probably retain him next year. He had 19 homers. Wow, look what happens when you give a guy consistent at bats like that. And then Rhys Hoskins, who started off pretty strong. But only really was no more than a depth piece. Can any of these guys play first? Because I think what I'm gonna do next year is, or can any of these guys play? I don't know. Honestly, I thought about in the off season maybe getting a power bat, but honestly, so that way Jahmai Jones stays on the team. I could move. I'm gonna probably let Springer walk. I mean, he's making $15 million this year. I'm not paying him. He's 37 years old. He was an 80 to start the year. He had a good season, but he's regressing. I'm not paying him to stick around. So maybe what I'll do is, because Jahmai Jones, 87 power versus lefties. How's he versus righties though? It only shows for right. It only shows. Oh no, so he doesn't. So maybe when there's a lefty, I'll make him the DH and I'll add another. I don't know. I got plenty of time to decide. Let's see how the pitching rotation ended. Why was Jonathan Gannon in my ace spot? Jonathan Cannon he started off fine, but then what did it? Oh. Came out of the bullpen, didn't he? He got roughed up. Ooh. So it was really only 3 bad games that he had. Hagen Smith is going to be here for the long haul. He had a phenomenal season. Need to get those walks a little down, but other than that, pretty phenomenal year. Shane Smith, I don't know. He didn't develop. Some of his stats got worse. He didn't really develop all too much. Lost some control. I don't know. I don't know if he'll be sticking around next year. I might just let him. I might just let him go, honestly. I don't know, because he did have a good year last year, so maybe this is a 1 year. I don't know. David Peterson wasn't the acquisition we hoped for. Whip's a little high. ERA. I don't know. Roderick Jensen turned around after his turned it around after his first start. After he turned it around after his first start. Oh no, he had two really bad starts. And then he had three really good starts. Bullpen. Why is Tyler Mahle in the bullpen? Why is Tyler Mahle in the bullpen? Oh, because he was hurt. But Tyler Mahle is our acquisition. As our acquisition, pretty good. Pretty good. He had two bad. He really only had like three bad starts, but nothing too crazy. Sean Burke. Yeah, he's done as a starter. Derek Fritz. I don't know why he's in the middle relief role. Oh, I think for the playoffs, I think we're gonna put Grant Taylor in the closer role for the playoffs, and Fritz and Bender are gonna be the setup guys. Payamps, Mike Vasil, Graterol. So that's kind of how the team is gonna. That's kind of how the team. Oh, that's why, because Molly's hurt. So that's kind of how we're gonna line up. Carlson Montgomery's probably gonna be out the rest of the playoffs. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Next episode will be the playoffs and any off-season stuff. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a safe trip in the next one. Peace.